With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone, let's explain this question to you. An alpha particle colliding with one of electrons in a gold atom loses most of its momentum, about 1/3 of its momentum, little of its energy, most of its energy. Okay, so let's an example. Let's take an example and let's say this is alpha particle and mass of this alpha particle is m1 and it collides with an electron which is at rest initially of mass, let's say m2. After collision, mass velocity of alpha particle is, let's say, v1 and velocity of electron is v2. Initially velocity of alpha particle is v. So according to conservation of linear momentum we can write, so this is case of collision, and this is for any type of collision linear momentum remains conserved because net force acting on both the particle is 0. If alpha and electron both are systems, then both are applying equal and opposite force on each other, so net force is equals to 0. So initial linear momentum is m1v and final linear momentum is m1v1 plus m2v2. This is our first equation. Now since this collision is elastic, so we can write coefficient of restitution is equals to 1, which is equals to velocity of separation, which is v2 minus v1 in this case, divided by velocity of approach v. So from here we can write equation v is equals to v2 minus v1. This is our second equation. Now we have to find v1, velocity of alpha particle after collision, so that we can compare with initial value. So multiply both sides with m2. So this equation will be equals to m2v is equals to m2v2 minus m2v1. This is our third equation. Now subtract equation 3 from equation 1. So 1 minus equation 3. This is equals to left side m1 minus m2 into v, and right side you can see m1 plus m2 into v1. So v1 is equals to m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 into v. Here you can see m2 is mass of electron, which is very less than in comparison of mass of alpha particle. That means this m1 minus m2 and m1 plus m2 is slightly greater than m1 minus m2. That means this ratio is slightly less than 1. That means v1 is slightly less than v. If v1 is slightly less than v, that means after collision the speed of this alpha particle is slightly less than, or you can say approximately equals to initial value. So there is very little loss of its energy. So correct option is little loss of its energy. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.